Hello everyone. Today, I, who am living in Japan, will introduce 5 Yandere manga that I recommend. Since last year, videos in the form of the dubbing manga have been popular on YouTube, and the number of channels has been gradually increasing. For those who say, I just found out so I don't know which video is good, or I always watch, but there are so many videos I don't know, please clear that problem with this video. So, let's get started. The first one is from Kanon's Romcom mangas, The Yandere Wants My Babies. So I asked the girl next to me to pretend. But the video has been viewed 160,000 times. This video is a story about a Yandere girl who takes an interest in the protagonist and asks him to pretend to be her boyfriend in front of her. The protagonist asks for help from his classmate, Kirishima, and acts as a fake lover. The Yandere girl's obsession worsens, and the protagonist considers finding a real lover to break off his relationship with her. In the end, the protagonist and Kirishima decide to become a real couple, and a new development awaits. The second one is from Manga Sarubedo. My childhood friend's search history was full of secrets. The video has been viewed 78,000 times. The protagonist, a high school student named Nagai, is troubled by the change in his relationship with his childhood friend Kikuchi, who was not cold in the past. One day, when he uses her computer, her search history shows keywords such as love potion, handcuffs, and isolation methods. He decides to pretend he didn't see it, but the next day, he wakes up to find himself handcuffed to the bed and realizes she is trying to make him hers. While puzzled by her devoted love, he realizes her true feelings and begins to feel happy. However, she later misunderstands and thinks he has betrayed her, and she suggests they run away together. In the end, it turns out that his gift was intended for her, and the two are united. The third one is also from Manga Sarubedo. My stepsister completely changed into Yandere when I got released from the hospital. The video has been viewed 214,000 times. The protagonist, Torisaki, is a first-year high school student and attends the same high school as his stepsister, Hotaru. Hotaru is very popular and cute, but she is cold to Riki. Riki has cherished her as a family member since she lost her parents in an accident when she was young. After being discharged from the hospital, Riki asks Hotaru why she is so cold. It turns out that she was being cold because she wanted to protect him, as he is an important person to her. Hotaru confesses to Riki, they start dating, and in the end the family accepts Riki and Hotaru's relationship. The fourth one is from Ayasaki-san. The cute girl becomes obsessed with me. She seemed normal yesterday, but the video has been viewed 576,000 times. This video depicts the protagonist being trapped in a meeting room with a beautiful girl, and she suddenly changes her attitude. She follows the protagonist around and blames him for breaking his promise. The protagonist is puzzled by her intentions and her change. She asks the protagonist to act as her boyfriend, but in reality she says she wants to use his name as a friend. She wants to be friends and looks up how to make friends on the internet. She hopes for a friendship with the protagonist and goes to school with him. However, her actions become increasingly strange, and the protagonist begins to feel fear. Next is from Romcom Manga-chan, living with hot Yandere childhood friend after my dad's remarriage. The video has been viewed 260,000 times. Kent Honda is an ordinary introverted high school student who often hangs out with his childhood friend Sarah. She is beautiful and an honor student, and Kent feels inferior to her. Also, she is cold only to Kent. One day, Kent's father tells him he is introducing his new wife, who turns out to be Sarah's mother. Kent is surprised, but his new life as Sarah's stepbrother begins. However, one day Kent loses consciousness and wakes up to find himself restrained by Kate. She says she wants to marry him and shows him her marriage registration form. Kent is surprised but refuses Kate's proposal and lets her know that he likes someone else. Nevertheless, Kate seems to be watching him, suspecting him of cheating. The sixth one is from Manga Sarubedo. I met my childhood friend that I promised to marry when we were little, but she became Yandere. The video has been viewed 271,000 times. This is an episode at a publishing company where the protagonist, Yukiya Takahashi, works as an editor. Yukiya has loved manga since he was a child and ends up working with manga artist Beldosa-sensei. Yukiya reunites with Nagasa, a childhood friend girl he promised to marry in his childhood, and wants to regain his relationship with her. However, Nagasa has become a Yandere, persistently stalking Yukiya and moving close to him. Yukiya is puzzled by Nagasa's actions and tries to repair his relationship with her while being bewildered by her yandere behavior. The seventh one is from AoHaru Manga Library, popular co-worker, who showed up as my matchmaking partner and turned yandere. Why did you reject me? The video has been viewed 57,000 times. The protagonist, Kadai-chan, is a popular female employee who often turns down approaches from men. However, one day, her matchmaking partner turns out to be her colleague, Satu-san, whom she had feelings for. Satu-san confesses his feelings to Kadai-chan, but she says she is not interested in romance. Nevertheless, Satu-san does not give up and decides to pursue Kadai-chan. Even at the matchmaking meeting, Satu-san approaches Kadai-chan and acts like a yandere. But in the end, Kadai-chan also notices Satu-san's feelings, and they swear to love each other. The video concludes with Kadai-chan and Satu-san's wedding. The eighth one is from Manga Heaven. I reunited with my cousin, but she tackled me with marriage papers, and the video has been viewed 94,000 times. The story revolves around Sauda, a high school student protagonist, and his encounters with Maya, whom he reunites with at his new school after transferring. Maya is attractive and popular at school. However, Maya's behavior gradually becomes suspicious, and it becomes clear that she knows too much about Sauda's personal information. Maya pressures Sauda to marry her, restraining him and handing him a marriage registration form, among other yandere-like behaviors. The ninth one is from Ayasaki-san. Poor boy auctions himself in desperation. The video has been viewed 374,000 times. This video is a story about a protagonist suffering from poverty, auctioning himself off and becoming a butler to a beautiful client. The protagonist was working part-time for his family, but he was expelled from school for being found out, and he lost the means to support his family. In despair, he sells his body for 3 million yen and is bought by a client. However, the client hires him as a butler and tells him to go to school. The protagonist returns to school in a short period of time and deepens his relationship with the client while working as a butler. In the end, he works as her butler and secretary with her appointment as vice president. The last one is from Manga Sarubedo. My yandere girlfriend acts cool in front of others, but she's exclusive when nobody is around. The video has been viewed 230,000 times. This manga is a story about the protagonist, Manabu Shiraishi, and Chigusa Kurohani, who have been classmates since high school, and how they become lovers. Chigusa acts cool in front of others and doesn't show much of her relationships with others, but in conversations in the school courtyard and on dates, her yandere side becomes apparent. In the story, Chigusa's possessiveness and jealousy are strongly depicted, and she may react excessively to conversations and glances with other women and lash out in anger. The protagonist tries to understand her feelings, but while he is puzzled by her actions, he tries to accept her love. Chigusa's yandere side and the protagonist's response are depicted with a touch of comedy, creating a story that provokes laughter and empathy. The work introduced this time is summarized in the description section, so please take a look at the URL. See you again.